Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I hope everybody up and having a good morning. I had planned to have a good morning because today is my baby birthday. But then I woke up to this foolishness. But we're going to get into all of that. Good morning, everybody. Shout out to my baby Cakes. Today is her birthday. My baby make 14. So y'all drop some happy birthdays in the comments for my baby. Yes, like the video on your way in. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here, welcome back. Y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your people, okay? Baby, Potomac is the season is over, baby, and it's gone. It seems like it's just heating up. So let me see who I have in the comments. Good morning, Tracy Chappelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You got questions, girl. I got questions, and I might even drop the link for some of y'all to come up here and give me opinions because we're going to talk about all the drama of Potomac, and then I'm gonna have to come back and give y'all the tea with Ralph and Drew, right? I was gonna do a messy mornings about the P to me and G thing, but with everything that's going on in Potomac, I felt like they needed their own video this morning. Like they needed their own video alone. Good morning, Cheryl, my favorite Liberian cayenne pepper. How are you? Good morning, Kimmy Nicole. My love, you and Cheryl been some of my day ones. I just love y'all for that. Good morning, Louisiana chick. How are you? You know my Louisiana cousin. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Chrislyn. How are you? How are you? I love y'all. Yes, like the video, like the video. Yes, and the happy birthdays. The happy birthdays to my baby. I appreciate it. Good morning, Ray Bay. How are you? Yeah, my baby making 14, and I am trying my hardest not to cry. It seemed like these 14 years that went by so quick. I'm a crier though. I cry for every little monument they have. Good morning, Miss Reese. How are you? Good morning, Chi-Town Naja girl. How are you? Good morning, Kiwan. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Check my DM. Okay, let me see. Oh, girl, yes, ma'am. I already knew that, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Ms. Bug Butts. Is that how? Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. What is going on here? Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and send that to her right now. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. Cheryl, you know you are so awesome. You are always here and in support. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for the cash app for Niecy Pooh, for y'all Niecy Pooh on her birthday. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Good morning, Shirley. How you Shirley, you know you my girl. I love you, Shirley. Yes, I said it right. I said it right. Oh, it's Marva CB. Okay, thank you. Cause you coming up in here with a new name, girl. I didn't know who you was. Hey, Miss Marva, how you been? How you been? Yes, I appreciate it, girl. I just went ahead and sent it to her. So, baby, she's going to be extra happy about that, honey. That's good. Look, I hope she get enough cash apps that I don't have to pay for them good nails that she wants today. No, I'm just I'm just playing. I ain't gonna make her spend her birthday money on that. That's what she wanted to do today, that and go out to eat. So let me just say, since it is my baby birthday, I will be re-uploading the last episode in case anybody didn't see it for night court. And then I am going to try to get with the ladies so that we can do one either on Friday. It may be pre-recorded if they are busy, or on Saturday if they have time. Okay, because Michael Darby definitely needs to see Judge Nola. He needs to see me. He needs to see me. But I hope everybody is having a good day, y'all. I'm at least trying to get past the 5-minute mark so we can talk about this. Good morning, Candy Shop. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. Girl, Candy, you know we got to talk about this, girl. Girl, you know we got to talk about this, honey. Yes, happy birthday to y'all, Cyber Niece. I'm going to put some pictures up on the community wall with a little happy birthday to my baby, y'all, because that is my baby. That is my youngest daughter. Oh, child, two teenage girls. Y'all pray for me. Pray for me, because mothering teenage girls should have come with a lifetime supply of wine. I promise y'all. It should have. Now, I'm just playing. They're not that bad. I don't have no problems with my girls, except for I can't keep them out of my shoes and my clothes. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. But y'all already know what we here for this morning. So before we get into Michael Darby, I am going to good morning, just simply. How are you, my boo? So before we get into the Michael Darby of it all, I want to first talk about this Wendy Peter Mia G situation. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Louisiana chick. Listen, girl, I'm right there with you. Okay, I am right there with you. Okay, but I got a reading on the inside for him so deep, girl. Jesus help me. Jesus help me. Jesus help me. That's all I'm gonna say. I got a reading on the inside for him so deep that I can't even deal with it. Thank you, Chrislyn. I just got it. I was about to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything that's sent to her. Look, I got my phone. I am sending it to her immediately. Give me 1 second. I know she in school, but my mind goes so many different places. I need to do it while it's on my mind. I got a reading so deep down in my soul for that man. It ain't even going. Listen, I don't even know if I'm gonna make no money off this video. Thank y'all for the super chats in advance, okay? Or the cash apps if you feel so inclined to bless and do so. So I want to talk about the Mia Peter G Wendy situation. So y'all know Mia came out and she said that it was on that Wendy gave Peter the cookie down to the Bar One restaurant, right? And that she saw video footage of it. So Peter came out and said, with all that he have going on right now, he didn't need that. And Bravo is using him for clout. And I'm like, Peter, no, you shot them scenes. And you said that you had beef with Wendy and all that, because like you said on several of your videos, you know how to play this game. So you played this game to get some notoriety yourself. You was using Bravo as well, so you can drum up business for your Bar One down to Baltimore, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at you for it, and down to Miami, because they was down to the Miami when the incident happened. But like you said, when the incident happened, you didn't come out, you didn't speak up for Wendy, you didn't say nothing for Wendy, you didn't say that wasn't right, you didn't insinuate that you and Wendy had beef like that or none of that. So he basically said that was a lie. Ain't nothing happened to him and Wendy. So then he said he don't know them ladies like that. You know what I'm saying? Giselle and Robin are cool people, but he don't know the rest of them ladies like that. He never once said he didn't know Mia and G like that, but much like his wife, G like to conflate issues and act like we speaking about something that we ain't speak. So G got his big old tongue licking like he did to Karen Self up on the internet, up on Beyonce's internet yesterday, and set up here and said, oh, you didn't know me? You were one of the first men outside of me to hold my kids. Did you know us then? Did you know us when you was asking for $60,000 for a loan? And this, that, and third about Peter and how Peter was wrong for that, and it was disrespectful and this, that, and the third. To which Peter came back and made a video and said he never once said that he did not know about, that he didn't know you and your wife. He said he didn't know them other women like that, which is true. Okay, which is true. He don't know them women like that. Him and Wendy ain't casually just hanging out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not happening. He's not hanging out with Ashley Darby. He's not hanging out with Candiace. He don't know like them like that. To which Peter snatched that video down, okay? And then Mia came back and posted a video talking about receipts where Peter had recorded Wendy. Baby, that's not receipts, because Peter had posted that video on March 8th of 2022. So you went to his IG and took a video, and I want people to understand this, because I saw a lot of y'all in the comments and it was really aggravating my nerves on Twitter, and I had to bring it to a couple people's attention, okay? Because y'all talk about, well, how did Mia get this video? Like everybody else did. The same way when I screenshotted it and posted on Twitter, I went and got it off of Peter's Instagram, that he posted that video on March 8th of 2022 and was talking about how Wendy said his food was nasty, but it was actually good. She enjoyed it, and let the TikTok girls tell it. Eddie was with her. Now, I didn't see Eddie in the video. I don't know if that's true. Okay, but ain't nothing wrong with it. We already knew they was trying to go into business together. So if she was down to Baltimore eating in a restaurant, then what? That does not prove anything. So then Peter took that video down, but came back and made another video real sly. Y'all know how Papa Smurf do it, laying in his bed and was talking about, well, listen, you know what I'm saying? I took that down after I got checked. But I'm gonna go ahead on and say, I can't wait to see this footage that Mia has, because we both know it don't exist, because nothing like that ever happened between him and Wendy. Okay, and he apologized to Dr. Wendy Osefo for them dragging her through the mud. Meanwhile, while you dragging her through the mud and you doing all of this foolishness, trying to insinuate that this lady cheated on her beautiful, handsome husband and stepped out of her marriage, she was down there with Vice President Kamala Harris, someplace you will never be. And then you want to get on Twitter, Mia, and talk about the price for you and G's energy just came up, to which I replied to her tweet. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I had time and I was trolling. Don't nobody want that energy. Who want to pay that energy? Don't nobody want lion energy. Don't nobody want foul energy. Don't nobody want Botox energy. Don't nobody want soon to be bankrupt energy. But see, this right here, what y'all doing further lets me know why G Brothers and them booted y'all out the company. But you got all of this vitriol for Wendy, but you don't got nothing for the lady who accused your husband on this platform, saying that he was embezzling. But you mad because nobody don't believe you. Wendy was an easy target because a lot of people didn't like Wendy. So you felt like everything you said about Wendy was going to be so easily believable. But one thing about it, whether somebody like you or they don't like you, if you have character, when people lie on you, it still don't go against your character. But what the problem is, you don't have no character, you don't have no scruples, you don't have no morals, you don't have nothing. And you mad because Wendy went to school and made a life for herself, and a life that you made for yourself, you made on your back. Screwing for lobsters. And the fact of the matter is, I was having a conversation. Shout out to Too Feisty, okay? Shout out to Too Feisty, because she actually brought it to my attention, and I said, you know what? You're right. When Mia accused Peter of, when she said that Peter showed her footage down to the bar one, which could be why his investors are having issues with him, because you cannot be taping sexual acts. Okay, giving a cookie, sliding into the buffet in the place of business. That's bad for his investors. That's bad that she put that out there. On top of that, that is a crime. If you record yourself having intercourse with someone else and they are not privy to that for one is a crime. Number two, if you show it to somebody without that person's consent, that is also a crime. It's called revenge porn. So you sat on this platform and you accuse this man of a crime, and then you're doubling down on it, talking about receipts using a video that he already posted. What is going on in Potomac that these people, I thought Potomac was supposed to be the upper echelon of the Baltimore DMV area, when it seemed like it's full of gullah snipes. That's what it seemed like to me. Because you got Giselle accusing Chris of touching Deborah, aka the Cookie Monster, when he ain't touched her, ain't said nothing to her. Y'all got Chris, y'all accusing Chris of cheating or attempting to cheat on his wife by way of Deborah, for number one, when we all saw on footage, Deborah walked up and spoke to him. It's giving plot. It's giving plot, and she was activated at that party. She was part of the plot. And then you got Giselle saying Chris made her feel uncomfortable. And then we get to, he was a sneaky link and he was trying to see if she was with it, down to actually what happened was Chris didn't do anything to make her feel uncomfortable. She felt uncomfortable being a single woman in a room with a married man, but yet this is the same married man whose pain she spoke on for years. Make it make sense. I don't understand what is really going on down to the Potomac. Like, at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to do so. Y'all gonna have to get a whole new cast of girls, because we can't come back to work together after this. We can't come back to work together after this. Not at all. It's a whole bunch of Delilah spirits down to the Potomac. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that. Um, so that mess is crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody's trying to call me, and I'm trying to let them know I'm live because everybody's trying to call me an ex with baby girl one for her birthday. So none of that makes sense to me. And then I wake up this morning to this demon of a person. This demon of a person who got what he did. He's made so many ludicrous comments, i.e., one to suck wine's beef stick, i.e., the cameraman who was very much distressed from the footage that we heard, asking him to stop grabbing him. Asking him to stop grabbing him and touching upon him. But yet that was covered up. But he has the audacity to want to sue Candiace. I want to know what lawyer took this case, because by definition, what she said was hearsay. And she said, well, such and such told me. Good morning, Naturally Mar. Good morning. Good morning, Linda Gamble. How are you? Let me see if anybody else come in before I start dragging him. Good morning to Els. How are you? Ashley lives in Virginia. Giselle and Rob live outside of Potomac, and Mia's about to live under the bypass with Sheila. I'm so here to tell you. I'm so here to tell you. I hope she saved her tent. You know what I'm saying? But he had the audacity to want to go ahead and sue Candiace. So here's what it says, according to the neighborhood talk. And they say neighbors get in here for the mess. The Real Housewives of Potomac star Michael Darby is coming after our good sis Candiace Dillard Bassett. He's suing her for defamation after she alleged that he paid to have, relations with another man. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Michael wasn't feeling Candiace's comments about during this past season. Candiace and Ashley were going back and forth during one episode when Candiace said, your husband likes to leave you and go to a man named, and they censored out the man's name, house and suck his beef stick. Okay. Michael apparently sent Candiace a cease and desist earlier this year about her comments, but claims no retraction on her part has been paid. Well, she didn't have to. First of all, it was hearsay. Okay, it was hearsay. It was something that somebody told her. They gossip on this show. So that is not defamation, number one. Number two, you said cease and desist. Okay, you sent her a cease and desist. That means be quiet. But what did she need to apologize to you for? Did you apologize to the people of Somalia for what you was doing? Let me tell y'all something. I hope this colonizer gets everything that he deserves. If what he's done allegedly is true, I hope they take all his money, and I hope he rot in jail along with rot in hell. Matter of fact, I want him to rot in the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest pits of hell. Like the audacity of you, the things you've done and said to people that you've gotten away with. You went over to somebody's land and bought up their land and you mistreat them. That you're to the point where they're accusing you of war crimes. And that seems to be what you should be worried about. But this to me we didn't get Candiace off the show, and we didn't get Candiace the way we wanted to get Candiace. So we're going to buck Michael up to sue Candiace. That is what this is giving to me. Because you can't tell me Ashley Forehead Darby ain't with it. Ain't with it. Because she's bowed down and she's still his bed wench by proxy of wanting to get that damn mortgage paid. And I said it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because that is what she's likening herself to, instead of being independent, getting a house off her own. But see, Bravo, this is why you shut down accusations and you shut down lies. Like, Michael, it's documented that you said you wanted another man's peen. That's documented. That's documented. The audacity of you when you looking like something like from Lord of the Rings. But the problem is you've been had a problem with Candiace. You have a problem with Candiace because Candiace has a mouth. You have a problem with Candiace because she doesn't bow down to what you feel is your superiority. Because I remember from Juan when you was really mad, and because Juan proposed to Robin, so you got in Chris' face because you was upset because your wannabe lover and just proposed to Robin to be Robin Dixon again. So you went over there to Chris and tried to tell Chris to get his wife. And she needs to control his wife's mouth. See, Candiace is a woman on her own. She is independent of her own, and that is what her husband loves and respects about her. He don't need to find somebody who is so meek and mild and docile and unafraid to open up their mouth. He don't need to feel superior by controlling his woman. And that's what you feel, superior. And Candiace is the woman who didn't bow down to you. And all the rest of the women did. All the rest of the women on that cast knew what you did was foul, and you have done so many foul things. Yet they sat on the stage last season and said, Michael Darby is such a great person. Everybody except for Candiace. She stood on it. And that's the problem. You have a problem because this little girl who looked like this don't bow down to you and your superiority like you feel she should. I want to know what lawyer took your case. I want to know, because you don't have one. Where did you lose money? Because according to the records and from what I've heard, you just filed this case last week. But last week was when we heard about you being a colonizer. So how can you say that this comment that was made months ago, but yet now here it is, you're accused of war crimes. That's not making you lose any business, but her saying what we all know you like to do. You done been shot in a hotel, cheating on your wife, down to your drawers. You didn't lose business behind that? People know your character. Your character is you nasty, you a slut box. That's your character. Your character is a slut box. But bravo, y'all got a problem on y'all hands because Potomac is going to hell in a handbasket. Where's the etiquette book from a few seasons ago, that from the first season when Karen was talking about etiquette? Because clearly ain't nobody learned from the etiquette classes. Clearly. Y'all like the video. Okay, like the video. I'm just saying, clearly ain't nobody learned from the etiquette classes. Where's the book? Where's the book? When all of this happened down to Atlanta, Phaedra was just gone for lies. Giselle and Robin still here. This is not the first time they've lied and said on somebody's husband. Chris wasn't even the second time. Eddie Osefo was. Yet they still here and have a job. So why? Why? You done lose business for SAing somebody, which we all know that footage was covered up. Giselle has said multiple things about you being a horrible person, yet you haven't sued her for years. It's giving vendetta. It's giving vendetta. So I hope she countersues you for harassment, because that's what it is at this point. He didn't lose business when he grabbed the cameraman. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You didn't lose business for that. Potomac going to be gone just like Dallas. I agree. I agree, because it's getting too messed up. Everybody has made comments this show about him, but Candiace is who you want to sue. Exactly. Everybody has made comments about him, but Candiace is who you want to sue. That don't even make no sense to me. That don't even make no sense to me, because if that's the case, then Giselle has made way worse comments. Robin came in your restaurant and made a fool out of herself, all up in your white face, down to the Zabuma food and the kangaroo or whatever the hell the restaurant was, down to the Australian Outback. Yet nothing was done. Y'all didn't sue then. Y'all didn't sue then. This part right here hid the footage, because it was on her home personal camera. Hid the footage, but we heard the audio of the man in distress, and yet you get away with it. Let me tell you something. I'm not a person who feel like somebody should do wrong to you and you should get away with it. But I'm going to say this. If you've done enough dirt where you have gotten away with it, something you better look past, because karma, you are embarrassment to the business world, to me. Because listen, I've heard out there that the CEOs and all of that, they like the dominatrix girls. They like to, be beat and all of this. But you know what? They do that in private. And then they go back in the office in their suits and sit in the boardroom quietly. I've heard about in the professional world how these different parties and things go down. Guess what? They do that secretly, and then they go back to the office and sit there like nothing ain't never happened. You become an embarrassment and a liability when you start hitting the newsstands. And this ain't the first time you done been in the public for doing something that you have absolutely no business to do. But the lying in Potomac, the lying in Potomac, the sneakiness in Potomac, the divisiveness in Potomac, the vileness in Potomac it's beyond. It's not even fun to watch anymore. But next season, this definitely gonna be a storyline. But it's giving y'all trying to get Candiace out the way one way or the other. Why? Why are y'all so intent on breaking this one person? Because she has a mouth? Because she responds to how y'all come back at her, and y'all can't handle it. She don't bow down. She don't fold. She say what she gotta say, and she stand on it. But yet y'all so determined to break this one woman. Why? All of y'all determined to break this one woman who probably all of what, 5'2"? Between 5 feet and 5'2", 5'3" at the most. Because y'all can't handle her. What the problem is, y'all can't handle women who, it's giving me, you cannot handle women who don't need a man to survive and can survive on her own. Y'all tried to penalize Candiace for her parents making a future for her, yet that is what y'all claim y'all trying to do for y'all kids. Why are y'all kids so entitled to it, but she wasn't? Y'all trying to penalize Wendy because she has 4 degrees. And at first, I thought Dr. Wendy was pretentious for coming off saying, I have 4 degrees, and people like you call me Dr. Wendy. But you know what? She saw them heifers for what they were. And people like her, people like them need to call her Dr. Wendy. Y'all around here trying to destroy these people's character and everything they have going on. Dr. Wendy didn't need this show. She was commenting on CNN. She was a commentator before the show. She was a professor at Johns Hopkins before the show. What she did in comparison to this show was got a candle line and wrote a book. But she was already who she was. She had 4 degrees before she got this show. Candiace was who she was before this show. She was interning at the White House prior to this show. She didn't need this. She chose this, but she didn't need this. Wendy chose this, but she didn't need this. Y'all need this. And Mia, you would think the way karma came back around on your elitist behind, my friends are rich. My friends are richer than you. This is so beneath my standards. Meanwhile, now you back to a penthouse, you back to renting, and y'all done lost these companies with the 2 members, the 4 members, 8 members, 6 members, 2x4 members, however many members of the board, managing members, active members. Whatever that structure is, your ass is gone, and now you're living off of a savings. But guess what happens when you continue to live off of savings? It dwindles down. And the way you like to showboat and stunts, and like you said yourself, there is nothing coming in. So now you're trying to kick up mess, along with the fact of you were let me go to it, because my people always come through with the messages, because you was all in Jacqueline's sister's comments, baby. Yes, you was. If y'all follow Tita Talks, y'all know, if y'all follow Tita always talking about Risha. So I'm going to read these messages to y'all. I'm sorry, I'm still learning how to work these screen sheets, but I took a screenshot of it from where I saw it. Mia, and y'all can see, Let me see how I do this. Oh, I hate this green screen. But Mia sent comments to Risha, and she said, Risha, I'm trying to solidify Jacqueline's spot next year. But if she doesn't want to continue on this platform, I'll stop. None of what I'm doing is real feelings. I have nothing but love for you all. Unfortunately, if you haven't noticed, we signed up to be on a drama reality show. The only reason she got a seat was because of the drama. Try to understand this. If she doesn't want it, let me know. Trust me, I can help support the other ladies. They get it and appreciate it. No drama, no spot. It's that easy, but I can move on. But what she said, but my hope for the future is that JB will understand. Girl, go to hell. Go to hell. Because you and your friend could have took on Giselle and Robin. You didn't have to turn on it because your friend was caping for you at every point. And every point from her first scene on, you tried to make her look like a fool. Her first scene on, you, is that my outfit? As if she needed your clothes to be on the show. You were shitting on her from her first scene out there. That is what you was doing. That is what you did. When y'all could have, when you had the cancer, no cancer, and your friend was up there going against you, going for you against Giselle, that was it right there, because so many people want Giselle and Robin to be taken down, and you and your friend could have rode against them. Then when Giselle come with the story about Chris, by proxy, Candiace probably would have been on your side with that. Y'all could have took over the show and been the new bandits, whatever they would have named y'all. You didn't have to turn on your friend. You didn't have to turn around and tell people she need me for this, she need me for that, she need me for that. When the truth of the matter is, you was a hot tail little heifer who her family took in, according to Tita, allegedly. You didn't want to listen, and you had your grandparents and your family. Your whole existence that you have told to us on this show has been a lie. Has been a lie. But now somehow, because you married G, who was married when he was coming to the strip club, asking you for lobsters that you claim he was paying you for conversation. Now he was paying you for that botched cooch that you had to get repaired. Taking you to Miami while he was leaving his wife and his family where they was to be on the beach screwing you. You was his high paid hoe that he turned into a wife, and you still gotta be his high paid hoe by proxy of a wife to keep being his wife. If they took over the show, they would have been right there with RHOP. Listen, I don't want them. I'm not saying I wanted them to take over the show, but what I'm saying is that could have been something, a drama. Since she's saying you need drama to be on the show, that could have been a drama. She didn't have to turn on her friend to be the drama. No, I want Mia gone. I wanted Mia gone since last season. I did not want her back. Let's be clear. I did not want her back. She disgusted me last season, to be honest. She has no, listen, her, Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, I don't care what they do. I don't care what they go through. They have no redeeming qualities to me. Period. Period. Because the lengths that you would go through for a check at some point in time, I understand bills got to be paid. Bills got to be paid. I understand that. But at some point in time, my integrity, my sense of who I am, my moral compass is some stuff that my moral compass ain't going to let me do. Not for a paycheck. Not when I got kids out here in the world who people are watching me, and by proxy of me, they're going to have to hear some bull crap. No, my moral compass don't let me do that. It won't let me do that. I can't get up. Like, I get up here and I act a fool, but it's a certain things that I catch myself from saying, because at the end of the day, I don't know who go to my children's school that may be on YouTube that may see this. And then they got to be like, girl, your mama was certain things that ain't going to do. Certain things I'm not going to do. Because I don't want them to be affected. I don't want the karma not to miss me and come back on my kids. I'm just saying, you have to have a moral compass. Somebody who look you in the face and say them bold-faced, like not just bold-faced lies, detrimental lies. That's not lying and saying, girl, I weigh 210 when you really weigh 250. She tells detrimental lies. Giselle tells detrimental lies. And they like to spice it up by saying, oh, she adding a little flavor. Adding a little flavor by accusing somebody of SA, that ain't flavor. That's tacky as hell. That's morally wrong. It's morally wrong. And like it or not, at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is Giselle been doing this. She was the one who plotted that Andy baby shower against Monique. Yet Monique and Candiace was the one ended up getting into it. And I still feel to this day that Monique should have went head on and got on Giselle's ass, because she the one who plotted it. But everything is her and Candiace. In the media, whatever, is her and Candiace going back and forth. But when is she going to acknowledge the person who put out the plot to say her baby wasn't her husband's and she was screwing the trainer? Why do we keep protecting her? I don't understand it. Jesus, somebody help me. Help me. The way Mia's lies so much it's dangerous. At this point, she will be sued soon. And I hope their lawyers take food stamps, because that's probably all they have. Girl, I'm trying to tell you why you renting. Why you wasted $65,000 upgrading somebody else's home. Then now they can make the rent off and make the profit. Y'all had all this money and didn't buy a property. You could have bought a condo and with your bi-coastal on the same coast self. You could have bought a condo, and when y'all wasn't there, Airbnb'd it out. That would have money coming in. But y'all so smart. You're so smart. You're a businesswoman, right? Right. And if we're going to keep it a buck, her cancer scare guaranteed her a spot for season 7. Exactly. Cancer, no cancer, with our lying self. Only to come to hear the doctor say you had a rash. Girl, what? Girl, what? Come again? I don't believe nothing. Child, somebody look up. Can we find the birth certificate to see if her real name is even Mia at this point? Exactly. Mia and Giselle's lies are damaging and detrimental. Exactly. Real Housewife of Miami is a perfect example of a housewife show that has funny drama but doesn't get gutter snipe. Exactly. Like, listen, if it's you, I'm gonna just be honest, right? Right? We all talk. We talk back and forth in the comments. Y'all give me y'all opinion. I give y'all mine. A reality show with no drama, no hypeness, right, would be boring. Correct? It would be boring. So the people want to see drama. I don't mind drama. What I don't want is manufactured drama. I don't want plotted drama. We're gonna plot a lie on you and then drag it all season. And it's a lie. It's a lie. And Mia lies about sex so much, girl. You are obsessed with it. Remember last year when she tried to say Chris tossed her salad? When you insinuated that this woman's husband slept with you, now and then you was like, "Oops, my bad," as if that's not okay. And then you insinuated this year that this man was looking at you. That's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. At this point, Peacock needs to step in and handle production for Bravo. Peacock has better quality and the storylines are authentic. Girl, I'm trying to say you. Is Mia her real name? They have already lied about her age. I'm trying to say you. Real Housewife. Oh, good morning, Nicole. Yes, my boo, my fave. You know I love me some you. Real Housewife of Miami took what, a 5-year break? This girl, look. She lied about how she met Gordon. She lied on her mama. Yes, she lied on everybody. She don't care. She don't care. And that's a dangerous person. That is a dangerous person. I don't care. At its best, housewife show currently. And it's the best housewife show currently, in my opinion. Y'all talking about Miami. I be hearing people talking about Miami. I might have to check Miami out because I haven't watched that one. The doctor also said that the condition was brought on by the foreign material, Botox and fillers she puts in her body. Now, you know what, Auntie Bernice, I missed that part, but I said that. I said, I bet whatever she got going on, it might not be cancer, but it's from all of that surgery she done had. Karen tells lies, white lies. Giselle and Mia lie about stuff that causes real damage. Okay, and even when people was talking about Karen and what she said about Juan and how he hugged her, one thing Robin never did was say Karen was lying. She never said Karen was lying. What she said was, well, I can't attest to that, because you can't attest to how that hug make her feel. You can't attest to how tight he grabbed her. But she never said Karen was lying about that. Now, she said Karen was lying about that woman, but being that he was just at the laundromat, or whenever that picture came out, the laundromat with somebody else, and then the woman with the hotel and the receipts, child, who knows? Real Housewife of Miami is good. I'm going to have to check it out. Y'all gonna have me going to the Bravo, pulling it up on the DVD. I love Miami. I didn't even watch RHOP this season. Girl, listen, you missed a whole bunch of lies and drama. You missed a whole bunch of lies and drama. Now, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. I know my girl Tracy says she got questions. I hope I can answer her these questions, okay? I really hope I can answer her these questions. But while I'm waiting for some people to come up, if you guys want to talk to me, I want y'all to go ahead and like the video for me. That's what I need y'all to do. Like the video for me. All right, hey Tracy, girl. I hope I can answer your questions this morning, girl. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because I'm stumped on this one.
See, a part of me was like, is Michael suing because Candiace called out the wrong name? Because I mean, you can't just go around throwing out accusations and giving the wrong name. So maybe the man's name was wrong. Or maybe he didn't pay. Maybe that's what it was, right? Because technically you're saying like you're soliciting someone. Maybe he wasn't actually soliciting. Maybe it was like a mutually beneficial, like we're together kind of thing. So it was free. Maybe that's what it was.
So you saying maybe he was a sugar daddy?
Yeah, I'm saying maybe it wasn't like, solicitation. Maybe it was like, we in a relationship. So I'm not paying for it, like that, like a cash transaction. Listen, I'm just trying to make it make sense, because him sucking someone makes sense to me. So I know that can't be the problem. So it either has to be the man's name is wrong, or he didn't actually pay and it was like a relationship.
I believe it's just the fact that Candiace called it out. Honestly speaking, it's the fact that she called it out. But the thing about it is, how long ago did this episode air? You say you sent her a cease and desist, right? Here's my issue with it. You say you sent her a cease and desist, and she didn't respond. She didn't respond the way you wanted her to respond, by way of apology, right? So you're mad because she didn't apologize to you. Therefore, you're suing her. That's not defamation by design. Also, you cannot sue someone for defaming your character off of hearsay and gossip. If that was the case, these shows would not exist.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing is, if you know it's not
true, if you sent her a cease and desist, you didn't see Candiace doing any interviews about this man and that alleged story. She didn't make it her storyline. She said it that one time, and that was it.
Look,
and if you watch the footage, Ashley didn't too much deny it. She didn't say that you lying about that man or that man's name. So all of that's gonna come into play as well. You're mad because she didn't apologize to you. She didn't do what you wanted her to do. So therefore you're suing her.
Okay. So then here's my next question. If Michael sues Candiace because she said that he be sucking, could then Chris turn around and sue Giselle? Because I mean, I feel like Giselle's comments were worse than Candiace's comments.
He could, but will he? I don't know.
Because I feel like, when you look at the weight of the two, I feel like Giselle's was worse than Candiace's. Because I feel like at least Candiace's had some sort of truth to it. Maybe the name is wrong. Maybe he not paying, but he doing the thing. But I was like, Giselle seems to be just like out of thin air with no basis to it. So have we got to the point where everybody just sues each other now about stuff they don't like? I hate this show.
Now where we go from there, I don't know. Yes, you can sue for someone for that, but you have to prove that it defamed your character. Like, how did it defame his character? Because according to his character and what we know he sucked beef stick.
Or he willing to, or he
You know what I'm
want
saying?
to.
We know that he was caught in a hotel in his drawers. We know that he SA'd somebody. Like, we know that.
See, but here's my question. Is Chris really technically even a cast member? Because, like, on Jersey, like, the husbands get contracts. Because Jersey, the husbands, like, do their own scenes. They do their own confessional. Jersey husbands get contracts. Do the guys on this show actually get contracts? Or are they just a
I'm not
plus
sure
one
if the husbands on
on their
Potomac.
wife?
I'm not sure if the husbands on Potomac get contracts, but you remember Kenya was gonna sue Portia, and I think maybe they talked her out of it behind the scenes. But let me give Auntie Bernice a chance to say something and then Too Feisty. Go ahead, Auntie Bernice.
Hey,
Hey, my lovely.
how you doing, baby? The burden of proof is on Michael to prove that he's was hurt by it. But they can use every reel from the show, and he's not in a good light on any of that. So this was a power move. And like you said, Candiace didn't apologize. So she don't have nothing to lose. The burden of proof is on him. So when they go into court on Candiace's side, they're gonna have everything from the show to prove what she said. And he gotta say, well, it wasn't meant like that. So it's a power move. And Bravo has a liability with Mia, because Mia lie like she blinked her eyes. If you in an argument with her and she's losing, she's gonna tell a lie to get you off of her. Same way she had her old man on there yesterday coming to her defense, but you never said that your wife was wrong. She was wrong for saying that Wendy slept with Peter. But you going on there talking about Peter like a dog. Like, come on, y'all. That's why you in the predicament you in. You running behind your wife and coating her ego, saying that she never wrong.
I firmly believe she the reason why them brothers voted him out.
I believe that too.
I third that one.
I believe
all
that
the
too.
way, because she's a liability.
Oh, we could be like the same board that voted Mia and G out. Look, it's three of us. We all agree.
Well,
They
that's
gotta go.
let me address Miss Major. Miss Major, you know I love you. Hey, boo. I'm not sure if I had spoke when you came in. I'm sorry if I missed it because I was going off. That's true, Nola. But this time, Candiace named a name and gave a specific incident. If this person told Candiace personally, she probably okay. Well, Candiace said that the person told her. That's what she said in the clip. Such and such said that your husband be leaving you and come and pay me to slob on the knob, corn on the cob. That is what she said.
So what if let's say we call the man John, right? But what if his name is really like, you know, Angelo? Would that then make a difference? Because you said John did it, but it wasn't John, it was Angelo. Because either way it goes, he was sucking something. Like, I'm just trying to
Right.
figure out where the lie is. So is it the name or is it the money?
But
It
Because the
could be the
sucking was
name.
the
It
sucking is
could
the
be the
truth part.
money. It could be the name. It could be the fact that he paid. It could be the fact of, like you said, he was, might have actually had a sugar baby.
mhm.
And not a
And not a prostitute?
and not and not
Okay.
that. It
Okay.
could be that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all crazy. Good morning, mother. We make it to work safe. At the end of the day, it's all crazy. But I definitely I really think this is get back for everything. When everybody let up off of Michael, Candiace kept her same stance. She didn't bow down and kiss the ring. She didn't bow down and say, "Oh, Michael's such a great person," like Giselle and everybody else did, including
Right.
Karen. They all act like Michael was this wonderful person when we all know that he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I think that's part of the problem. And I think it's been a vendetta because Ashley has kept her foot on his neck, and said, and not Ashley, Candiace, and said that what he does is unacceptable. Good morning, Feisty. Go ahead, love.
Good morning, cousins. Good morning, saints and
Mhm.
heathens. How y'all doing?
Girl, not saints and heathens.
I've had some time to calm down. Nola can tell y'all I was very, very, very activated this morning. When I saw
Sure.
this, I was very, very annoyed. It felt like Candiace is once again being targeted. And after the conversation, quote unquote conversation that I did not like regarding colorism and some of the things that she and Wendy has dealt with this past season, I'm over it. Potomac is no longer fun to watch. It's too much between, like I said, we had a conversation recently about Mia, the whole thing about Peter, and a lot of people are confused as to why Peter has something to say now, was because Mia accused him of committing a crime. Um, it's too much when you guys don't have comebacks. You just make up blatant lies that just go too far.
mhm.
When you don't have storylines, you do all this plotting and planning on people, and you create these dangerous and detrimental narratives. It's no longer fun to watch. So they can go ahead and wrap this one up like they did Dallas. They can go ahead and wrap it all up. I can wholeheartedly be okay with Potomac being canceled. It's too much. And
Just
I just
simply, I
feel
feel
like,
the same way. I'm sorry, Feisty, but I'm
no,
gonna let
it's
you.
fine.
Mhm.
This
This
right here.
season has been so triggering. When the Miami drink throwing episode aired, that is literally the timeline of which we found out the details of what happened to Shaquilla Robinson. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people were triggered, because it was a similar scenario of a gang up. It's no
Mhm.
longer fun. I personally was triggered. It's no longer fun to watch this show. This is not what I want to see on my television on Sunday nights. So I'm over it. Wrap it up and send it on off. It's too much. Now you suing her for what? It's like there have been, specifically with this lawsuit, and this is my issue. A lot of people think they can do what Cardi did, and they don't seem to have a fundamental understanding of how defamation lawsuits work and how the burden of proof, what it takes to even have the burden of proof. Cardi was able to show, I lost business opportunities, I spent money, this actually caused my mental health to decline, and have documented records of said things. You can't just say somebody lied on me and I don't like it. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, people shouldn't lie, but that's different from it being defamation. A lie and defamation is not necessarily the same exact thing. And now everybody thinks they can just sue, and it's okay. If you have money to waste, you can. However, I don't think for one second Michael thinks this is actually going to be some huge court case where he's going to get a bunch of money. I just think he's trying to bully Candiace through litigation. And I think Ashley and Giselle are in on it.
Oh yeah, I do too.
I think both of them are in on it. And it's just like, this would never happen on Atlanta. This is, like I said, this is one of the reasons why Atlanta has been one of the top premier franchises on our TVs for so long. There's only but so much their production is going to allow these women to do. And it just seems like with Potomac, it's just everybody is unhinged. Everybody can just go and say and do whatever they want. And then ultimately, like, it just goes too far. On Potomac, it goes too far. People just flat out lie. The lies aren't even believable. And it's like production just lets everybody slide with just making stuff up on the spot. Like, first, Mia's allowed to get away with getting violent with Wendy. And then now you're gonna let her literally lie at the reunion with no repercussions. You just, oh, it's okay, it's just TV. No, like, they don't let stuff like this happen on Atlanta. They don't let stuff like this happen on every other franchise. They address it and they hold people to the carpet. They can cancel this show. They can cancel it.
Teresa Giudice flipped the whole table
Mm-hmm.
on Danielle Staub, and we didn't get a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And they handled it and addressed it. She pushed Andy that reunion, trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? But they let it go. These women don't let it go. They hold a vendetta.
Because when it comes down to it, they have and this is why I said that quote unquote conversation was pointless. They have a very big problem with taking an L to Candiace and taking an L to Wendy. They have a wholehearted problem with it. And again, if it ain't colorism, tell me what it is, because that's the only reason I can come up with. Everybody and their mama has come on the show and made these comments about your husband, and you don't have a problem with them. They threatened you with physical harm. You don't have a problem with them, but you keep coming up. She's still mad at Candiace about season 4, and they're in season 7. This was 5 years ago. And ever since season 4, she's come after plot after plot. First, she started digging in Monique's head, trying to pit her against Monique. Then you file a statement within the court system regarding a fight that you weren't even in the room to witness. That didn't work. Then you started trying to come at her through Mia. That didn't work. Then you started trying to come at her through her mama. That didn't work. Then you tried to come after her husband. That didn't work. Now you're going to go to litigation.
So now, let me ask you this.
Yes.
When you saying she has a problem with everybody else, well, not everybody else, but she doesn't have a problem with everybody. She has a problem with Candiace.
Yes.
And she only retaliates on Candiace. Do you think that leads back to the colorism issue?
That is the only explanation that I can draw a correlation to, because again, everyone else has made commentary regarding the same person. Why is it that you don't have this level of vitriol towards them? She hasn't made it a vendetta, and she said so herself on the show. Well, Candiace, you said some very hurtful things to me at a very vulnerable time in my life. She said that in what were they, Cancun or Mexico? She said it in Mexico, and it's okay. It always comes back to season 4, and it's okay.
Hey, y'all.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning,
hey, in the middle of the barn.
They don't have to like each other, but I just don't understand why y'all keep going out of y'all way to target just her, and then ultimately target Wendy. You came after Wendy last season, it didn't work, and again, Wendy got you together, but you can't take that L towards her. No, because I see you as less than me. So I can't take an L from somebody that is beneath me in my mind. So I'm going to come back at you this particular way. I'm going to boost Mia up to come at you. I'm going to use this whole thing with Peter to come at you. And then, of course, it escalates to the point where it gets physical. But it just comes down to, like, these women don't want to have to let someone who they think is less than them best them in a verbal spat. I'm better than you. You can't have the best of me.
Baby, you evidently she ain't got they ain't had the best of themselves because this is ridiculous.
They can hang this up. I can be okay with Potomac getting canceled. Because if the goal is to push Candiace off the show, then what? Y'all have made it obvious that y'all don't want to showcase y'all lives.
Baby, I'm still stuck on the Wendy part because
Rightfully so.
the no care that they gave that lady was ridiculous and nobody deserved that. I have never seen on any other show where someone is assaulted in my Wanda voice, assaulted and nothing, and they're not removed, they're not checked on, they're not made comfortable. They sat there and made that lady sit at that table with the person that assaulted her, and then and also with the people that were sitting there antagonizing her and trying to bait her into doing something that would have messed her whole entire life up. It took somebody on staff. They had to break the fourth wall in order for somebody to give this lady just a little piece of care, to let this lady know that she wasn't by herself. Like, don't let them take you there. Give her words of encouragement because everybody else either was eating, drinking, or antagonizing her. Not only did they let that happen, they made her ride home with these people. Then when she get home, now what franchise have y'all ever heard? If you get into a fight, you don't go to the hotel. They don't immediately send you to the hotel. They don't even let you back into the house. They will bring your clothes to you. We have seen it time and time again. But Wendy had to go back to their house. They wouldn't even she couldn't have no emotion because every time the camera was in her face. She had to literally go in her room and close her door in order to give her to break down a little bit and deal with whatever she was feeling. And what was they doing? They were at the door recording her. How the hell is she the one that gets put out? She should have never been made to go back to the house. She should have been put in a hotel. But for y'all to literally make her go back to that place just so Mia can tell her she don't want her staying there? Come on now. I know this is a show, but guess what? People, you should be caring about your goddamn people than you should about getting some good shots. Because the way they treated Wendy was dead wrong. She did not deserve it. Nobody deserved no like that. And for all these women that keep saying, well, Giselle, well, I don't like her. So I swear my hand to God, Giselle better pray, get on her knees and pray every day to God hard that her daughters don't get none of the karma that she got, baby. Because if they get just a taste of the karma this lady got coming to them, their life will be over as they know. They wouldn't even know what to do. And how is she going to sit there and console them when she's the person that perpetrated the shit that made them have to deal with what they going to deal with? How do you sit there and tell your daughter, if she come to you and say, well, Mom, somebody was talking about my skin color because they was calling me dark and what do you say when you are the light-skinned woman that on every Sunday, every week, this what you do? How do you do that?
I am, at this point, I don't expect change out of a lot of these women. And I think the system that exists, whether you believe it's colorism or not, there's a system that exists where a certain group of women get to escape accountability for their actions, and they are not held to the same standard as everyone across the board. And therefore, the responsibility lies in production. Atlanta's producers would never let them get this far out of control. And I'm over it. I genuinely over it. It just seems like production is responsible. Production is the reason why Giselle can sit next to Andy at the reunion and say, we'll talk about it later. No, we'll talk about it right now. At the reunion, what is later? This is it for the season. Production is responsible. Production has created this system where she thinks she has that level of entitlement, where Robin thinks she has the level of entitlement to not talk about her life on the show, but then to tell you to pay for the information behind the paywall.
After they done already gave you a paycheck.
That is production's fault. Production is responsible. And if they not, honestly, you could bring a whole new production team up in here. Because clearly the one that's in charge, they got everybody messed up, especially me, because I'm about to quit the show.
You child.
Now I'm gonna say this.
Reality
I saw a
TV.
few comments saying that it's more than colorism, and guess what?
It
I
is.
absolutely believe it.
It
I
is.
believe it's colorism. I believe it's elitism.
It-
I believe it's hatred. I believe it's violence, and
Sprinkle a
most
little
importantly, I believe
xenophobia
it's
up
a
in
whole
there.
bunch
I'm
of
about to
people.
say.
Sprinkle
I
a little
believe it's a whole
xenophobia.
bunch of people with broken souls because they didn't listen to Beyonce and they let the people break their soul.
Because let me tell you something. I don't think anybody on YouTube knows, but I have Haitian ancestry. My mother's Haitian, and as someone who is the child of an immigrant, firstborn on my family in America, at least on my mother's side, excuse me. I'm saying there are a lot of since Wendy has been on the show, there's been a lot of xenophobic things that have happened on this show within the fandom on social media and on the show itself. But I don't say anything because, to be quite honest, a lot of people don't have the knowledge base to really speak on that. And I don't even feel like having a pointless conversation about it. But it has always bothered me of how they treated this Nigerian American woman.
But they got just know.
They can wrap this up. That's where I am with it.
Y'all remember when reality?
That ain't gonna change nothing.
Y'all remember when
Wait,
reality
wait,
TV
wait,
was
wait,
fun?
Let me address this, because see, this is what happens when you act a fool. People go digging into your people on reality TV show. So we found out that when Giselle's father was running for office here in Texas against a woman much of my hue, he called her an ancient mima. Giselle's also made comments, and I saw that as well. And I went back and watched the episode last night where when she was at the thing, her mama told her don't stand in the sun too long. She didn't want her to get darker. So she was born into the colorism thing. It's a learned behavior from her parents.
Now, what I told you yesterday, didn't I tell you how historically within this community, because a lot of people have made this whole correlation between the civil rights movement and Giselle's father being a civil rights activist, and then obviously her ex-husband also being involved in civil rights, and her relationship and proximity to them, meaning that, well, she should know about colorism. Let's be clear. Most of the founders of the civil rights movement within America were all of a fair skin tone, and they all would never let their children marry somebody that looked like Wendy Osefo or Candiace Dillard Bassett. And they wanted rights for Black people, but they also had systems of colorism that existed. They couldn't stand Langston Hughes because he was gay. They couldn't stand Zora Neale Hurston because of respectability politics. You talk and act too much like a Negro, and we trying to get respect from white people. So yes, just because you are involved in civil rights does not mean the systems of oppression within our own community does not exist in your mind and in your family. And Giselle is living proof that her daddy don't walk and talk in his real word that he gives to the people.
So I'm gonna say this. I didn't like Wendy when she first came on the show, but I didn't like Wendy because I didn't want Wendy on this show because I wanted her on something like The View. I've seen her on CNN, I've seen her on MSNBC, and I felt like I was like, oh, this show is going to like obliterate you, and it's going to, take this polish of you and just give it a whole different spin. The same way with like Ebony K. Williams. I was like, your pop, like it's a different thing for reality TV. So I was like, I don't want to see her go on air and then, it's this, and then to see like drink throw and this, I'm like, no, 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 goodness, no. And so for me, I was like, I didn't want her on a show because I liked her outside of the show. I was like, oh, well, damn. And so to see now that how poorly they are treating her, and to see the fact that she's been assaulted and she's having to deal with these things, and then it's like, this is wrong, like on levels of different reasons. So I'm like, dang, like, can we, every time we get a strong, independent, like educated, like this kind of caliber of person, we get a Mia, which is a gutter snipe. Like it's just so far removed from what we want, because I want us to get past the gutter snipe and move into the educated, professional, married Black women, and move, like I want us to get past the Mias and move towards the Wendy's. But how can we get there when we still have the Mias, the Ashleys, the Robins, the Giselles? How can we get there when we still have them?
I hear you. I hear you. And I want to address this. Colorism is heavy in the NOLA, where Giselle's people are from. Like when you call them Black and they say, nah, I'm Creole. So let me address this too, else. You are absolutely correct in the fact that it is. Listen, I grew up being told so many times, you cute for adult girl. So many times, like it is absolutely real. But I also want you to know that there is a such thing as Creole, and so Creole people take pride in being Creole. It's not that they're not saying that they're not Black. That is actually just what they are. Now, some of them may do it because they don't want to be considered Black, but a lot of them just take pride in their family heritage and that they are Creole. So I also want to make that clear as well, because that's often a misconception, much like we all do voodoo, that people think about us, and we don't all do voodoo, because I don't do voodoo. Don't knock nobody who do it, but I don't. I couldn't tell you the first thing about it, outside of what I've read just for my own knowledge. Well, I just wanted to address that. But two things can be right at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them do take pride in the fact that they are Creole. And I just want to give Kiana a chance, because Kiana just came up. Hey, Kiana, how are you this morning, my love?
Hey everybody.
Yeah, my sister she is loving this stream y'all thing. I just had to say that because baby, we couldn't get Kiana to come up. Kiana been up just the third day now.
Third day in a row.
Yes, God.
I just real quick wanted to come up here. I'm getting my son ready to for school because I'm in California. So I just want to say real quick. It is a bigger issue than colorism. It's racism, featureism, classism, every ism. It's also a lot of people that watch Potomac that don't watch other all the rest of the franchises. It's going on across the board. It's not just a problem with Potomac. It's a problem with Bravo. It's not just a Real Housewives brand or franchise. It's the little boat shows, all that. The Real Housewives franchises where it's non-Black people or one Black person and it's others mixed in with the white people. It's still issues. And they bring it up, and Bravo does nothing about it. They need to do what Starbucks did a couple of years ago: close for a day or for however many hours they close, have a whole little conference, and then or make it an episode. We don't give a ish about Robin. Excuse me, I was about to, I don't want to demonetize nothing, but we don't care about Robin and Juan. We don't give a hoot about what they're doing.
Jesus,
like it is a big issue. If you're not sure if it's colorism or not, if you don't know what it is or not, how about the first season, Giselle and Robin knew everything about being Black. It was Black history this. It was about your Blackness that. They told Katie every episode she wasn't Black enough with her white man. Every episode. They questioned her. They was on her. They hounded her. They knew everything that they act like they don't know today. Everything we had to hear, and even though Carlos get on my nerves with his voice, oh my God, we had to hear in the first 2 seasons about Giselle and her heritage and how she came up. And yes, they was all colorist then, but the world wasn't going through what the world is going through today. Some people have grown, some people have better understanding, some people have been through their own experiences, some people have gained empathy and compassion. But like somebody said, I'm not sure who it was, there is no humanity on these shows. The way they're doing Wendy, if Mia was Phaedra, then she would be fired. Ooh, Phaedra suggested something. Mia said it actually happened.
Off camera, by the way.
And we sitting here at the reunion. And we sit in front of Andy. And we sitting here not even talking about how at Atlanta, with all the dark-skinned women, Phaedra got fired, but over here in Potomac, it's a Kiki. And Peter got to say something about a cease and desist. I don't hear Andy saying nothing. Andy took himself out of it. He took Bravo out of it. He said the black women said they don't want to talk to nobody. They're going to talk amongst themselves for 29 seconds. And that's going to be that. Then we're going to be back next season. So I think it's not just Bravo. I think it's not just the Potomac. I think it's also the audience, because where is the damn outrage? Why are we not upset? Why are we acting like just because we don't like somebody, we don't even know George Floyd, and everybody was hollering his name. Everybody was pissed off about what happened to him because it's inhumane. But we can see what happened to Wendy. And I don't like her, so whatever. Candiace said whatever, so whatever. Like, how old are we? When was the last time y'all big age selves got into a fight because somebody told you to do something to them? When was the last time somebody actually hit somebody in their mouth or whatever, over 30, 35, 40, because somebody said something you don't like? You got too much ish to lose. You got kids, you got families, you got all this stuff. Ain't nobody going around just bopping people because somebody said, okay, well, then hit me. Ain't nobody doing nothing like that. Yes, we saw it on the show. Yes, it's antagonistic, but overall, this shit sucks because we acting like we don't understand what it's supposed to be. Ain't nobody united because,
I was going to ask, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Rand. I was going to ask, because I think you make a good point. So do you think for like where the correction, because I think people are going to be people, but considering that production works for Bravo in / NBC Universal in an official capacity, do you think it's on the responsibility of them to address those issues amongst their cast and correct it or remove people who can't comply? Or do you think the entire Bravo celebrities as a whole needs that lesson?
I think all of them as a whole need the lesson because it's going over across NBC Universal and Bravo.
Let me just address two things. Mrs. Edith said Giselle's mentally disturbed before and basically after marrying Jamal. I heard she was arrested for assaulting Jamal's BM, but her father got it covered up, and she was placed on a 50-51 allegedly. Now, if y'all go and look back at my last morning messy live that I did, I said, Google Jamal Bryant's baby mamas, and they all have the same aesthetic outside of Giselle as Wendy. And I believe she got into it with one of those ladies. And when Wendy read her rights, it triggered her, and that's why she's still mad about it. Did I not say that?
Yeah, that's the first wife. That's who she got into it with because she fought her in the church pocket lines.
But I said that. And I also want to thank Kimmy Nicole for the super chat. I appreciate you, my love. Just
can you check your cash out?
Come up, sending love and hugs to everyone. I hope you feel better, my love. I'm gonna check on you as soon as I get off of here. I promise you.
Can you check your cash out? That's for my niece.
I'm gonna send it right to her. I sure will. I'm sorry I didn't have it in my hand.
No, I'm just telling you. I just want to let you know.
Girl, she gonna be like, Mama, thank you from your subscribers. I'm gonna tell her, tell y'all thank y'all when she get home on my next live. Well, she won't be home on my next live, but
tell her mine is from her virtual auntie. I'm not a supporter. I'm a virtual auntie. Give me my title.
So
yes, ma'am.
I do agree that Bravo as a whole has a problem because, like, she got punched in the face on Miami, and they shut down Miami for a while. I mean, it was a good like right to the face. So they do, but Below Deck has problems. Below Deck has one or two people of color per season.
That lady was called the NIGGA.
Below Deck has
to suck it up.
But Below Deck has multiple. Like Below Deck is like Real Housewives. So they have the different casts or different seasons and different shows and different like locations. So they're all different. So Below Deck as a whole has has like 4 or 5 different chartered boat things. So depending on which season you are, some of them have absolutely no people of color. Some of them have 1 or 2, but there's never like a huge thing. So I think that was Mediterranean that had called her the N-word. But so they all have the different issues. So I do think the issue is bigger than just Potomac. And I hate to say it, but Atlanta, most of the cast members are pretty close in hue. So that's why colorism doesn't come up as heavily as it does in Potomac, but they have their own set of issues, right? They have their own set of things that comes up for them that are just as bad, and just as detrimental. So Bravo as a whole has a problem. And then it turns into, will people watch shows that are not drama packed? Like, oh my gosh, what's her name? Holly Robinson Pete had a show, and it didn't last well, maybe one, maybe two seasons, because it was very family friendly. It was not super like it wasn't there. So will people watch those type of shows? And is that the thing Bravo has to contend with? Do we hire these terrible people who bring in ratings to keep people watching, or do we go this way and people don't? So I feel like the issue is so layered that it's hard to give one reason. But my other thing that I want to say is, do y'all find it funny that Peter defended Wendy after his case about choking a woman out
Because he
had
was playing the
ended?
victim. He was playing victim.
Because I feel like it was I'm gonna defend this black woman and her husband
I'm with you, Zane.
because of that. It's just
No, it wasn't. That wasn't even what he was doing. He wasn't covering up for her, nobody else. He was sitting there trying to use her so he could play victim for what Mia had said. That was it. That
Leah
was
accused
all.
him of a crime.
Hey, y'all, I
Yes,
appreciate you for stopping in. Sorry, I'm just seeing your comment. Didn't mean to cut
Hey,
y'all off, but
y'all.
y'all make sure y'all go follow my boy Yocrates. He gives some good commentary as well, baby, on these Potanka heifers, gaming, and more.
Hey, y'all.
I'm still trying to get into the Pokemon thing. I ain't figured it out yet.
Tracy, I have a theory
but
about that.
about the
Oh, you were talking. Sorry.
no, what I was about to say was, I don't even remember what the hell I was about to say. No, matter of fact, yes, I do. Peter sat there and tried to play victim, and he used Wendy to help him do it. Bravo, this is all on you, because I was on your TV screen for less than 5 minutes, but because I'm a fame whore and I'm money hungry and I like to be in the limelight and I love to be in women's business, I brought myself on this show.
You need to stay out of women's business.
But now you the victim. You ain't say that when you were getting all that publicity, because you was trending for that whole week on Twitter when he did that, and he was all smiles. But now that you are being called to the carpet, or somebody is saying something about you, you the victim. If you don't go somewhere with your Papa Smurf looking self, boy, bye.
You need to stop trying to roll with the women and roll with these men.
Good morning, Mims. Good morning, Mims.
Hey, Mims.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I ain't been asleep yet.
I just think the whole, I'm gonna just say this. I think the whole everything this show is going to hell in a handbasket. Like, I think Michael suing Candiace is absolutely ridiculous. He needs to be worrying about them war crimes he's accused of allegedly. That's what he needs to be worried about. Why he trying to keep his money from Ashley, the Somalians about to get him, or he might be facing time in the clankety clank. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think Peter just needs to stay out of Bravo's business, period. Like, I know it's free promotion for your show, but all promotion ain't good promotion, especially when now what's being promoted is that you screwing people in your restaurant and showing it to people on camera, which is a crime.
Boom.
Which is a crime.
Right
I think Giselle need to go sit her ragged ass down somewhere and get her ass up in the
Raggedy.
closet. She need a jacket that hugs herself again. And I'm not making fun of mental illness. I'm saying the woman needs help. For you to outright lie and say a married man, you felt uncomfortable as a single woman talking to a married man, i.e. having a conversation with a man whose house you've been to several times, who you said treated you oh so well when you came and made sure y'all had food and things like that, and being hospitable on behalf of his wife, but yet you feel absolutely nothing You didn't feel uncomfortable when you talked about this man's brown penis for seasons.
Thank
I
you.
stand behind what I said when I say wholeheartedly. You felt
Yep.
uncomfortable because you've talked about this man's penis so much that when he wanted to talk to you privately, you was hoping. Your
Exactly.
hopes and dreams and aspirations came out when you said he a sneaky link and you want to see if he wanted to try it because you wanted to try it. You've been wanting to try it for seasons. For seasons now. Because I don't know about nobody else, but I'm not talking about my alleged friend or my co-worker, because I don't believe they're friends.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about any one of my co-workers' husband's peen. I don't care what it look like. I don't know if it's chocolate, caramel, vanilla, strawberry, hanging to the right, cock to the left, long and strong, or growing out a shower, 2 inches, 4 inches, 12 inches. I don't know. It's not my business. It's not my concern.
But also, you wouldn't be
Felt
trying to break your
uncomfortable
neck to get
because
a
your
hug.
undercarriage was hot. Robin, you gave us the middle finger and also told us to kiss your butt. Now I think Bravo need to give you your check because your story has closed. You and Juan is finally married. You Robin Dixon again. Go ahead on with your husband. Pay for his lawyers down to the goddamn lawsuit that he got with the college that the students suing them about allegedly that he was involved in. Okay, go ahead and pay for that and continue to put money in the bank account for him to continue to be a good Samaritan, paying for hotels while he's sticking it and quitting it and helping other women down to the laundromat doing their basket. I am tired of it. I am tired of it. Eddie keeps smiling and being happy. Don't let them steal your black boy joy. Wendy, continue to commentate and continue to be down there with Kamala Harris, girl. And I hope they have some unwed like baby shower food down there for you to eat.
That part.
Because it's ridiculous. The audacity. Like, a lot of y'all want to strike first on these shows, and then when people strike back, y'all want to come back and y'all can't handle it. But then when I talk about, but we're on reality TV, oh, you go too low. You can throw a pine tree on me, and if I want to come drop a forest on you, that is my business. You can't come at me and then tell me, oh, but I only came at you lightly. When you come at me, when I come back at you, I'm coming back to dead the issue. I'm coming back to shut your mouth, and y'all can't handle it because Candiace and Wendy shut y'all mouth. Giselle, let that hurt go that you are not the aesthetic of a woman that Jamal wants, i.e. the reason that you don't like Wendy. Because all them women he fathering children with and all them women that he liking is baby don't look like you. They're more aesthetically pleasing to her. I'm sorry. Much like Danny Lynn, you found out that light skin ain't what he want.
I'm gonna drop down, guys. All of the above. Y'all have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a good day. I'm going to go around and give everybody one last chance for their final thoughts. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out here because we done been on here an hour and 30 minutes. And I got to get prepared for the things I got to do for my baby birthday. Hey, Astute, how are you? Y'all make sure y'all go follow my girl, Astute Queen B, as well. Make sure y'all follow Mims. He is awesome, baby. And child, don't be like me. Pay attention to the video and don't have to keep refreshing because you done watched the intro like 4-5 times. I missed that little penguin walk though, and Lil Kim.
Make sense.
I always go back and start the video back because I listened to the intro like 4-5 times because I just love it. And
the best intro on YouTube.
Catch up to the video.
The best intro on YouTube.
Hey.
Yes. I thought somebody was saying, trying to catch
my. No, I said it.
I was just saying,
on YouTube. Make it make sense.
Yocrates as well. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my sis, Barb Meets World. Okay. Also, make sure y'all shout out to Chef Don for including me on the Best Reality 2K23 Awards. The pre-show and the award show is still up. Y'all need to go over there and watch it. It was everything amazing. Okay, we had a good time in that thing, and baby, I was a whole lot shady, but it was really
it was epic.
Y'all make sure y'all go watch. Once again, make sure y'all subscribe to my good sis Barb Meets World. I'm going to stroll her information on here as well. Go follow her on all platforms, and I am going to start with Thick Girl. 2 minutes of your final conversation, your final comment.
Well, first of all, please go on over and subscribe to the Prosperity Thick Girl 40 channel as well, man.
Yes, Lord.
And I'm going
Wow.
right after this. So come on over and let's talk about the other people. But Bravo needs to get it together. They need to change this up because the direction that this is going in is not good for them nor the people that are on this show, because baby, all of y'all skeletons are falling out of the closets and they ain't going back in. Candiace, the pick me spirit needs to get up off of you because these women don't like you. Baby, you stop forgetting that you are only still here because Monique presented herself as easy to get off the show. They wanted you off. These people have never been loyal to you. These people have never really seen it for you. They look at you like the little child that they think that your size is so small. So they like, oh, she's just a little girl. She don't know nothing. That's how they treat you. Your voice doesn't mean anything to these people. So stop trying to be their friend and realize you here to do a job. Get your check and let's go home. That's it. That's all. I just want her to get it together because baby, it's not a good look. It don't look cute at all to be sitting this naive on TV.
Hey, with that being said, y'all make sure y'all go follow my sis Proper Thigh. Matter of fact, when I get off of here, y'all go follow me over there. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sis.
But thank you for letting me up, babe. Love y'all. See y'all later.
Love you
In
too,
a little
boo.
while.
All right, Tracy, my favorite troll with all the questions. I'm gonna stop calling you a troll because I really just love you, but you always hit me in the inbox like, Nola, you going live? I got questions, and I'm like, girl, I'm gonna try to answer.
Listen, I'm telling you, I just need stuff to make sense because when I seen the thing and I was like,
Ooh,
oh,
come on,
he's
Miss
suing
Edith, speak on it.
Candiace, I was like, oh, well, it got to be because she got the man name wrong or because he wasn't paying the man because he clearly be sucking something. So that helped me to figure that one out because it don't make sense. When uh Patricia and Gigi and Michael was getting into their little argument because you can't tell me that Mia's cat ain't made of clay. So when those three was getting into it, I was like, is this a media stunt? And then when Patricia said, oh, G was calling me about renegotiating the contract, I was like, this heifer coming back. Oh, wait, stop. This is all I'm hearing is this heifer coming back. Why? Why? But I really want to know is because the problems on Bravo are across all of their shows with everybody, is what can we do to get on a better track? Because there ain't no show you can go to that don't have a problem. So what can we do?
The problem is they would have to prioritize it and take it serious. I'm gonna start with Potomac because we're discussing that cast. The conversation we had about colorism, because it's become so prevalent in the tweets and things. I think they said, "Hey, ladies, we have to address this," not because they wanted to address it or fix the issue, but just so they can say we addressed it. We gave them the opportunity to address it. They didn't want to address it. They didn't want to get a mediator, so it puts the onus back on them. But I think they have to want to fix the issues across their series. That's the only way to fix it. They can't want to address it for the sake of we're addressing it so the people can leave it alone and we can say, well, we addressed it. They have to address it to truly fix the issue. And yes, girl, Malaysia, they say he the reason why Malaysia had, allegedly, he the reason why Malaysia had moved down to the Atlanta, baby. He put her in that house that she can't afford and now she can't finish paying for it. And he didn't finish paying for it. And girl, now she's stuck and don't know what to do. Allegedly, because he done moved on. That's what the people saying, child. That ain't what I'm saying. That's what the people saying.
Well, mm, okay. So basically, there ain't no hope for none of this. And we all just stuck riding this ride until. See, I feel like Miami worked because Miami took that long break after the little fight. There was a physical altercation. And they was like, oh yeah, no, stop. We're gonna break. And they came back and it was just light and refreshing. And it's like maybe the problem is we just need a break from all of the shows for a minute, like so they can regroup, reprioritize, get a new production company that don't love Giselle, that isn't like babying her. Like we need something, something. But as I see more things to troll you about, I'm sure gonna ask because I got questions.
That's fine, girl. I got answers. I'll be here when you need me. Love
Bye.
you, boo. All right, Miss Kiana, come on with your final thought, baby.
Hey, I just wanted to say real quick, I think that the people that watch the show, I think we as a whole need to sit back and stop acting like when we see something that makes us uncomfortable, we don't need to question it. I think we need to all understand that we have a voice and we need to speak up. And if you see something you don't like, or if you're feeling something that makes you feel uncomfortable, say something. I think we need to stop trying to be a pick me and ignoring stuff that we know is wrong. Like Candiace saying it's no colorism on the show, but it's microaggression moments or whatever she said. It's colorism. It is colorism
Exactly.
on
And
the
I feel like
show.
why call it out if you're gonna say that's not what it is. You the one who brought attention to it and now you're saying that's not what it is.
Right. It's colorism site. No, it's colorism. You felt uncomfortable. We felt uncomfortable watching what happened to Wendy. We felt uncomfortable watching what happened to you. We felt uncomfortable listening to how much Mia lied and don't nothing get done about it. We feel uncomfortable about watching Giselle's neck. We are uncomfortable. And I want to say something about it. And I want us all to say something about it.
Time out. Did you say we felt uncomfortable watching that lady neck?
Yes.
Jesus.
I do, don't you?
I mean, it's true. I call it the neck of karma, but go ahead. I digress.
Yeah. It's like a whole bunch of blow up tubes. So anyway, I just think that we need to stop making excuses. We know what it is when we see racism. We know what it is when we experience. Like, let's stop for a minute and stop acting like we didn't have family members that's older. That okay, she dark, he dark. I don't like her because she too dark or he too whatever. We know what this is. Stop playing. We know exactly what this is. We got the family members, and if you don't have that family member, you got a friend that do that. She talks to you about it or he talks to you about it. Stop playing. Y'all know what this is. It's uncomfortable. Be mature. We need to question ourselves if we want to keep all we need to see. It got to be drama. It got to be drama. It got to be drama. Why your life got to be so filled with drama? Can you have some kind of peace? Is that
Preach
too
on
much
it.
to ask? Why we got to watch drama every day just because it's on TV? If it's not a scripted show and you talking about I'm watching a reality show and these real people on these real reality shows are going through real drama, and then you sit up there acting like it's a scripted show and it's fake and it don't matter, or get her off my TV, fire her. Da-da-da-da-da. She's still going through what she's going through. She still went through what she went through. If y'all can protest for all this, say her name, say his name. Why y'all can't feel that way when y'all watching something that make y'all uncomfortable? Just because you don't like a person don't mean don't be human. Y'all go stand up for anybody else if something happened on the TV and somebody got shot. Y'all go stand up for them people you don't know. We don't know Candiace. We don't know Wendy, but we seeing what happened. We can see it. And we acting like
Absolutely.
it's no big deal. It's something wrong with y'all if it's no big deal. If you so conditioned to accept that, question self because it's something wrong with you. That's all.
All right. Well, I thank you for coming up, Kiana. Thank you so much.
Everybody have a beautiful day.
All right, y'all. Now I'm gonna be back a little bit later, as I stated, to give y'all a quick. Now that's gonna be a pre-recorded because, like I said, I gotta get ready for my baby birthday. Okay. And to give y'all a quick, update about the Drew and Ralph divorce. God is good. God has freed her from that man. And I'm glad she's no longer gonna be in a position to be gaslit and have to answer to her husband who's recording her every movement in the house. Meanwhile, she don't know his whereabouts. But with that being said, I want to say once again, happy 14th birthday to my baby Cakes. I love you, love you, love you. Hope you're having an awesome day at school. There will be a replay of Night Court, the last episode, to get y'all ready for the next episode that will be coming. Okay, in case you missed that, as well as if you look, check your notifications and make sure you're still subscribed because I hear that YouTube has been unsubscribing people. So make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There is a World of Reads panel coming up later on today as well. And with that being said, I love you all. Enjoy your good Tuesday. No, today, damn, I'm making the week go back, not Tuesday. Enjoy your good Thursday, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.